In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix there's an error selecting this partition for install in Windows 11. So in case you are getting this error over here, which should look something like this, here's how we're going to fix it. Now, before we start this, back up all the data on your disk because we're going to be cleaning that disk. So we're going to be erasing everything on that disk, so make sure you back it up to not lose any of your data. Now, once you've done this, and you are likely inside this installation process, and you can see this window, you have to press on this X button, top right, and then we have to simply basically shut that down. So when it says Windows 11 setup, are you sure you want to quit? You want to click yes, and after that, restart your computer and then boot from your USB drive yet again. Now, after you've done this, you should see the Windows 11 setup. It should prompt you to essentially select language settings and stuff like that. And what you want to do from this screen is click Shift plus F10 on your keyboard. So you want to hold down the Shift key and then press the F10. Or alternatively, if that does nothing, you want to click the function key, so the Fn plus Shift plus F10. After this, you should have your command prompt window open behind this window over here. And in case the CMD, so the command prompt, which will basically be a dark black window with some commands in there, you will be able to access that. Now, if it's behind this, as I said, what you want to do is you want to tap Alt plus Tab on your keyboard, which will bring it in front, and that's where you want it to be. Now, in here, what you have to do is first, just type in disk part, okay? Just like I did over here, disk part. And after you've typed that in, you will see some information. Just you can ignore that. And you have to type in list disk. After you type in list disk, you will see and you will have to select the disk by its number. So over here, this is a random screenshot. For example, there's 2 disks over here, and the one we're going to be focusing on is the one that's the biggest. So over here, as you can see, this one is 119 gigabytes large, and this one is only 7,400 megabytes. So you want to go for the one which is your default. It should be disk 0, but it may not be, so go with the one that's the biggest and the one you backed up earlier. So this one is much bigger than this one down here, so we're going to go with disk 0. Now, what you then have to do is type in cell and then disk 0. So this basically means select and then disk 0, which is disk's name. And it will say disk 0 is now the selected disk. From then, once that disk is selected, you want to type clean, and after a few seconds, you'll get a message saying a disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk. Now, after that's done, you can then close down the CMD, so the command prompt, and then you can continue the installation process. So just basically you can go from here, from wherever you finished, you can select the language and all that good stuff inside the Windows setup, and after you come to a specific point, you will see that the error should be gone and is no longer happening when you are trying to basically install Windows. So that's pretty much it. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please subscribe to the channel and help me out as well.